Hello and welcome to my channel, Solar Moon Tarot. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if not, then just welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video today. So today, for this video, I'm just focusing on a general reading. I am filming this right after I had just got done with a political reading. Excuse me. There are messages that do connect to that political reading, but not in the sense of like we're gonna have political news in this reading unless it comes up for whatever reason. But it's just they did have similar messages tie in, and the big message that both of them had was about love. So that political message, channeled message, actually last night I focused on that to see what Spirit wanted to say for this particular reading. It was about love. Political wise, it was talking about unity, coming together, in the form of like protest, as an example. But for this general reading, I feel like their majority here who will be watching, who I hope will watch, not just hope, I do feel like this needs to reach people when it's meant to. That right now there's talk of love in your life. It could be romantic. I did feel that for some people, but not everybody. It doesn't have to just be romantic. I was also feeling this sense of like deep passion. Again, it could be romantic, but also what your heart's desire is. Excuse me. In the form of like career or getting that dream job. Just now I heard settling. Maybe you're settling for something right now, or you have been just settling, but I'm also getting the sense of wanting to settle in a place. That could be something else that you are passionate about, but it definitely, for most of you, it's in a sense of romance, romantic love, or a passionate career love, dream job love, and wanting to settle there with that. Both the political reading and this one also had a sense of knowing. With the political, it was a sense of knowing of an end coming soon. For you, with this general reading, I feel like it could be that, like an ending to struggles, maybe in romance, finding the right one. It could be an ending to a certain job that you're in that's going to lead to your dream job. Maybe for some of you, you're kind of in that moment right now of transition in whichever aspect resonates with you. But for others, you're not in that transition just yet. It could be coming, and you could feel like it's coming. And so you're just kind of in this waiting moment of just like, okay, when, right? So Spirit wants you to know, again, similar to the political video, which I did find interesting in how this related, but in different ways, where it was talking about trust, knowing specifically for this reading, it will all work out. And trust the timing. It's really interesting that it came out that way with this channeled message, to trust the timing. When in the political video I was saying trust the process. For this general reading, it's trust the timing. So if you are somebody who is on that feeling of, okay, but when, but I want it now, it's like, just trust the timing. It'll come into your life when it's meant to, at just the right moment, when you are actually ready for it. Because even though mentally and emotionally, maybe even physically, you feel ready, there may be other aspects of your life that would get in the way of that, of it coming in. And so the timing for that is just, it's not ready yet. Maybe something else needs to clear out first before this can come in. Things like that. And since we're on the topic of it, we're also talking about, like, for timing, I heard 3 months. I also heard maybe 3 to 6 months. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly okay, but I feel like for some of you who probably are coming in, watching this video, you needed to hear that. Don't hold on to that. I'm hearing that right now, just as a warning. Don't hold on to that too strongly. Just keep going with the flow and remembering timing. It'll all happen when it's meant to. It will grow over time too. So this 3 month or 3 to 6 months period could also be when something new comes in or something new presents itself. If you're in that transition period, then I would definitely think like the 3 to 6 months would be when you see that transition resolve, and then you're finally in the right spot where you're like, okay, I'm good, let's go. And then over time, you're just going to see this grow more and more, become more successful. For others, like I was just saying, this timing could be when it finally presents itself, and so then you are taking the time to make that grow, and then you will see it, no matter which way you're going about this, however it resonates with you, you're just going to see it expand. But it's important to continue putting in the work, because if we stop, then things are going to get delayed. It's not that it's not meant for you. It's just that it's going to be delayed. So keep putting in that effort as best you can. It's okay if you miss a day. It's not going to change anything. We just don't want to miss it too much. But if this timing is coming out, then I feel like that's just encouragement that you are doing the right thing. And it could be effort, again, with a career. A lot of that timing energy feels like career. But if we're talking about it in the sense of romance, maybe you have a problem in your relationship right now. Or you're single and you want to find the one. Or maybe you're questioning if it's the one. Again, whichever is resonating with you, just take what resonates, take what the problem is, take what your situation is, and then apply it to that timing, but also an understanding if that timing doesn't resonate with you, or if that timing doesn't happen, to just keep putting in the effort, and it will grow from there. And again, I do feel like there's this sense of knowing something is coming, knowing something is maybe ending and then beginning. Because for your message specifically, and I did tie it into the political message that I recorded before this, but it was mainly for you guys in this reading, where I saw cherry blossoms. And I'm like, okay, spring is usually blooming. And so I looked up specifically what does cherry blossom mean? What is the meaning of it? And yeah, it's blooming, but it's like talking about renewal and new beginnings. But specifically for this message, for this reading, wanted to put in to cherish every moment. Do not rush. Take your time. Cherish every moment. That's going to be very important as you proceed forward. This general message was also very pink. It's very loving. Pink is a very loving color, very warm color. And I also thought about rose quartz because rose quartz is pink. Also have rose here, it could resemble love. But it's not just romantic. It could be whatever you're passionate about, whatever you're loving right now, and it could be that career. But then I also started to feel self-love. So maybe we also need to be putting in the work on ourselves. And so that could also go with the timing, growing over time, expanding to better ourselves. And that self-love could also still relate, it could all connect to the romantic love or the career. Maybe you need to love yourself first before you can love someone else, or you could love yourself before you can really accept, like, yeah, this career path is what I'm good at and this is what I'm going to do, and really settling in with that, if that all makes sense. In like the political video, I do feel like this is leading into your golden future. In the political video, we were talking about a golden future for all, a golden future for, I live in the US, so this country, with what's going on right now in our country, in this country, but it also involves the world and other countries, other problems that are going on. But for this general reading, it's talking about a golden future for you individually. And, or it could also involve other people in your life. Like I just got like family, a sense of a golden future for your family. Could be with you and a partner. But this is very focused right now on you and your golden future of how this is going to transcend and expand over these next few years. So from right now to like 2030, 2032, 5 to 7 years, you're going to see a steady change. And just like I said in my last video, this candle, when I lit it to start my recordings, it was not like how it lit up when I recorded yesterday, when I made 2 videos to start my channel up again. And so I did a meditation after I did a video of just like, hey, I'm back. Hello. I'm fine. I just had to go on a hiatus for a bit. That candle, when I lit it, it's the same candle, that flame I should say, when I lit it, went up so fast and it started crackling and even sparking a little. And I was just like, wow, that's really powerful. This is great. Today, however, I lit it and it just started very slow. It was a very slow growth, very slow and steady. It's not like it took forever to get big, but it was a steady big. No popping, no cracking, no sparks, nothing like that. And so for me, that means with this reading, in both readings really, the change that we want to see is just going to be slow and steady. And that's okay. Okay, we need to also be okay with that it's not happening right now. You need to trust the timing. And then I also had an image it's similar to the political video, but it's not this. It was not the same. Where in the political video, I had like a white structure as a background, and then there was an outline of a gold lotus, like it outlined in gold of an image of a lotus over top of it. This video, or this reading in particular for this message, had a white background, but it was solid. It was just like a solid white background, like you'd think like wallpaper, okay, or paints, just very solid. And it had little gold hearts kind of like painted on it. Maybe some of you have an art endeavor in your career or want to be an artist. Painting has come up before. I remember that now. Painting has come up before in my messages. So once again, just confirming you are on the right path with that passion. If that's for you, it doesn't have to be for everybody. But that's for you. To keep going is what I'm getting to. Keep going with it. It's going to happen. Just keep going. But it made me look up the meaning of the color gold, because I wasn't really sure what gold meant. White, I always just think of purity. Okay, a clean slate, right? Having a clean slate on things. And then gold meaning like wealth and success, being successful. And then I love that it was little gold hearts, because we're talking about love. Gold also represents connection with spirit and divinity. I can kind of see white being spiritual as well. So maybe for some of you, this could be a spiritual endeavor. It could be something like this, where you're doing readings. It could be anything that you want to do with that. Or it doesn't have to be a career like this, where you're doing readings for other people, but it could be just a hobby. Even if it is just this, posting YouTube videos, or just something that you do for yourself, that you just want to dabble in. Spirit is saying, get into that. If that resonates with you, get into that. Dabble with that. Have fun with that. I kind of imagine somebody setting up their altar. An altar for something. Like at home, like their own private altar. I have one. And it makes you, setting up your own altar, maybe somebody needs to hear this to kind of have that confirmation and feel okay doing it. Having that private altar helps you feel connected more, or it can help you feel connected more. I know it does for me. Where you can burn your own sage, you can place offerings. I've used chocolate before. I'm just like, here's some dark chocolate. You can share it. Even if you just want to put like, wow, like a flower, you were out walking one day and you just thought this flower was really pretty, and you're like, I'm going to share this with whoever it is that you want to be talking with. It could be any god, any spirit, or you can just say, hey, my spirit guides, just spirit in general. Even if it's nobody specific. You're just placing an offering down. Having that connection with your faith. It's perfectly okay if you want to do something like that. But either way, just talking about when I'm envisioning that white with gold hearts, it's just talking about a clear path. The path is going to become clear. We're going to have that clean slate. Maybe in 3 months, 3 to 6 months, it will become clearer for you. So let's go ahead and get into some cards. That was it for the channeled message that I wanted to share. But let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what else wants to come through. So I see, you see that I already have one card pulled out. That one just kind of wanted to come out on its own because sometimes I shuffle before I start recording and sometimes cards fly out. This one wanted to be pulled out. It stuck out of the deck when I was shuffling. So let's see what this says. This says afraid. Let me just make sure I actually have that in camera. Okay. Afraid. When you are not with me, I feel afraid. I am afraid to let you down once you get to know me. I don't want to disappoint you, so I am avoiding you. I have to overcome this in myself as you see me before. Coming forward, ready. Okay, wow. This is a little heavier than I thought we were going to be getting into today. This could be you, but this could also be somebody else in your life as well. Being afraid to come forward. Maybe afraid of love. Afraid to tell somebody that you love them. Maybe somebody else is afraid to tell somebody or tell you that they love you. Again, whatever resonates with you. Maybe there's some questionings or doubts in a relationship. Afraid to let you down. Maybe there's some distance happening between you and somebody else. And I'll be honest when I say this is very personal for me too. Maybe somebody else is going through something similar that I am. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that because again, that is something personal. And sometimes I do share personal things, but I don't feel like sharing this one. But if it's popping up, it could be a message for me, but it could also be a message for somebody else too. And so, yeah, either you are the one being afraid to let somebody down, to disappoint someone, or somebody is afraid of letting you down and disappointing you. So then there's avoidance happening. So overcoming yourself, or they have to overcome themselves. Yeah. To maybe end up feeling connected again. Whether that's the same or a different way. But I want to see if we can get anything else. We have healing. Oh, that's great. Healing. I am healing pain from my past. I am working on letting it go so I can be free to fully love you. Your love gives me hope. As I am healing my past and childhood trauma, I just want you to send me love and healing energy. Yeah. We also have 2 more that want to pop out, so I'm just going to pull those out. We have best self. I want to be my best self for you. I am working really hard to level up for you and meet as your equal, your mirror. I know we will always grow together, but I want you to be proud of who I am today. And then the last card we have is transparency. You see right through me. You see the real me. That's why I can't hide anything from you, and I struggle sometimes to look you in the eyes. You see right into my soul, and that makes me more vulnerable. Oh boy. Yeah. I know this definitely relates, all of these relate to me on a personal level. But I'm not here to talk about me, I'm here to talk about you. I'm here to help you. And whatever your situation is right now, I really hope that these messages helped you to understand where you yourself are, or where somebody else is that you may be trying to reach out to. And this doesn't just have to be, I feel like this is important to note, this doesn't have to just be romantic, okay? This could be a friend, this could be a family member, somebody that you're really close to, somebody that you really care about. Okay. Whether they're trying to reach out to you or you're trying to reach out to them, there's definitely avoidance with transparency. Nobody really wants to be seen when they're going through something. And so Spirit understands if this is you who doesn't want to be seen. Sorry if you hear dogs in the background. Spirit wants you to know it's okay that it's hard. But it is something that needs to be heard, that needs to be processed. If you are somebody that's going to someone and you telling them that you see them and you know that it's hard for them, just my advice, because this is also coming from a personal thing, my advice is to be gentle. Okay? I understand how badly you want to take someone and maybe just shake them. Be like, oh my God, just open up and tell me, right? Let them do it in their own way, in their timing. There's definitely, however this goes, a sense of just trying to work on self. So allow them space to work on themselves. Allow yourself space. If somebody is coming up to you and it's getting a little bit too much, you can set that boundary and say, I can't talk about this right now. I will, and you can still make efforts with that person as you better yourself. But again, on a personal level, don't avoid too much, because however this relationship is, or like whatever this relationship is, whether it's romantic or just a friend, family, whatever, does not matter. We still need to have boundaries, but we also need to remember to not ignore the other. Okay, so if you're the person working on yourself, do not ignore the person trying to reach out. Because no matter what, whether it's you reaching out or you being the one in a hard place, when somebody reaches out, it just comes from a place of love and wanting to understand, wanting to help. Now, if somebody isn't respecting those boundaries, that's a completely different thing. But if somebody's coming at it from a gentle aspect, a place where you can tell that they are understanding and trying to understand, that's different. Don't ignore that. There needs to be some effort on both parts, whether that is to give space or come together, or, you know, it's a balance of both. Finding that balance of when to talk and when to give space. Because we don't want to cause fear to the point where somebody's pushing away. That avoidance. We don't want that avoidance to happen too much. And then we have healing. Okay, there's a lot of healing. There's got to be healing on both ends. And maybe healing could involve, for some of you, like with therapy. It could be individual therapy. It could be couples therapy, relationship therapy. Okay, that exists. Relationship therapy. Okay. But with however this goes, I hope that this helps bring some understanding. Okay. Kind of just want to see a few more cards here before we get into the affirmation. Kind of felt like this one. Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And this one felt like it wanted to pop up. Okay, we got the Three of Wands. I did shuffle this, I swear. The Three of Wands popped up in the political video. Ooh, that one wanted to pop up. Okay, Knight of Swords. Okay. Just from these three cards alone, I kind of feel like with the Three of Wands, it's this searching, unknowing. What do we do? How do we go from here? Right? A new journey is beginning. But there's also some uncertainty I'm feeling. But it didn't pop up reversed, so I'm thinking this is going to be, at first I feel like it's going to be a slow and steady journey, but we've got the Knight of Swords here. Things are going to pick up. Maybe once that clear path sets in, it's going to pick up from there. This isn't the fastest card. This isn't the fastest knight card in tarot, but it is the second fastest. So it's going to pick up momentum. But with the Queen of Pentacles, I kind of feel like there's this nurturing aspect to it. This feels calm. And this could be something that, or someone that will help make this clear path happen. And like I said, it could be therapy. It could be anybody, really. So yeah, it could be a therapist, or it could be that one friend that comes in, or a family member that comes in and just clears that, has the right answer, and then it just clicks, and both of you that are in this situation just go, oh my god, that's it, there we go, it all makes sense now, it's also clear now. And then we're going to take a very swift leap forward in the right direction. So it's not going to be unclear forever. Let's go ahead and get some more cards. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Okay. Yeah. Let's have this one wanting to come out. I feel like one more wants to pop. I feel like this one. Okay, so right away, this card right here, the Queen. And we got the Queen of Pentacles. We got state of equilibrium, priestess, beautiful, self-aware, harmonious, radiant, harvesting. I do feel like this represents the Queen of Pentacles here, where I was just saying that there's going to be somebody coming in with wisdom. Somebody, maybe even somebody who's been there before, in your situation before, coming in and bringing harmony back into the situation. That's going to clear things up. And then we have the Maiden, which is enchantment, inception. We got excitement. We have new beginnings. Okay, when I see this one, I definitely do think of spring. Things blooming, things blossoming, things beginning again. Part of this swift movement. And then the one that didn't pop up, we have letter, writing, communication. Okay. Yeah. This makes sense. Because if we're avoiding, we're not really communicating. But something's going to bring you and that other person together to communicate more, to help bring in that clarity. Yeah, this is mainly, like, I'm reading the other words on this card, and I guess it could be information and news, but it's really about communication. We just need to have more communication. But communication at the right time, when you both are ready. I'm gonna actually, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna bring out the pendulum. I feel like there's something else that needs to be said. Spirit, is there another message you'd like to give us for this reading? Yes, okay. What is your message? Are you pointing to the month of June? Yes. Is June a time where we're going to see a solution for most of the people here? Yes. So, like, solution, I kind of meant as like a it's like a resolve. Like, we've already put in the work. We've put in the work, and now we've reached the end. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay. So we're in October right now. November, December, January, February, March, April. April would have been the 6-month mark if we're talking about right now. So it's more like 8 months away. Again, the 3 to 6 months doesn't have to be like very on the dot specific for everybody, right? Everybody has their own timing. But I guess for majority of you, it's actually more like an 8th month mark. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. The 3 to 6 month mark is that when most of the work will be happening for the majority here in this reading? Yes. Okay. So that makes sense. That's the timing for expansion. And then we're going just to expand from there in this swift motion, and now it's just a very even bigger yes. Yes. Okay, so we're nailing it. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? No. Okay, so nothing today on this message. All right. Thanks so much, Spirit, for coming through and giving us more clarity on timing. Now let's go ahead and wrap up this recording, this video, with some affirmation, because this love message was a little heavier than I thought. The channeled message definitely made me feel more uplifting. So definitely, I definitely feel like that's probably like the outcome. This very uplifting outcome once you get that clarity. But the current situation is a heavy one. And that's okay, but you're definitely going to get help. I feel like these two. You're definitely going to get help. It might even, for some of you, be from an unexpected source. Like, maybe if you thought there might have been somebody who was, like, happier about this conflict happening, but really they're not. They could be, and this isn't for everybody, this feels like very specific. So maybe for like a small few of you, that, yeah, you're just not expecting the help to come from that specific person. But let's go ahead and look at this. So this has been popping up a lot. So this popped up in the recordings, or in the recording yesterday, maybe both recordings yesterday, I can't remember. This popped up in the political video, and this popped up just now. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. We're just talking about love. We're just talking about all this love. Love is very important right now. I mean, love is always important, but it's really the main focus right now. Even in this situation, this tough situation, still show love. Even if it's not coming from where you think it should be coming from, or where somebody else thinks it should be coming from. There's more than one form of act of love. It could still come in like you saying, hey, be safe. If somebody's going out, be safe. Friends even say, I love you. It could come from even just like helping with a chore. You see somebody doing something, it's like, hey, do you need help with anything else? And it's like, well, I was thinking about cleaning the bathroom after I'm done here, and then they're like, don't worry about it, I got you. Things like that. Or even shopping. You're shopping for something, and then you see this little trinket, and you're like, wow, so-and-so would really love this. Or maybe you'll find this other person thinking about you in that way. Man, they'll really love this. And they decide to go ahead and get it. Or you decide to go ahead and get it. Celebrating the day that you knew, like, oh, this is around the time that we became friends. Maybe I'll get them a little something to celebrate that. Even if they didn't think about that either. You know, because they're in their head right now, bettering themselves. They're focused right now. They're healing. They're healing, they're afraid, there's probably fear on both ends. But sharing love is so important. But also loving yourself. Okay? If you are the one that is hurt, still find time to love yourself. Put focus into yourself. Put focus into your inner light. And maybe if you are the one that's struggling and the other person's reaching out, maybe give them advice to, not as an avoidance thing, but as a very loving and caring person. Say, hey, I'm really going through it right now. I need my space. Please focus on you, your self-love, your inner light. We can talk, but you also need to love yourself. And again, if there's lack of boundaries happening where they're not respecting that, then that's a completely different thing. But I feel like if they are somebody who really, well, I guess there's other reasons why maybe somebody wouldn't respect boundaries like that. If they're just not in a good place themselves. But I think you can tell the difference between somebody being not in a good place and where, you know, somebody who's being rude, I should say, and somebody who is just trying to love and understand. Somebody coming from it in a respectful way and somebody who's coming at it in a very disrespectful way. I think you can tell the difference. But yeah, either way, no matter where you are at or where they are at, just look at this through the lens of love. And maybe this help too is coming through it in the lens of love. And then we've got, I am bold. I speak my truth in a loving way. My courage to communicate my needs is powered by love for myself and love for others. I am bold, so be bold to communicate. Okay, respect boundaries, but still be bold to communicate. And then, I am transformed. I see the beauty of change. Everything I have been through transformed me into who I am today. I am so much braver. I am so much more caring. I am so much more emotionally intelligent. I am so much more open. I will continue changing and improving. I am transformed. So, I feel like this affirmation is something you just need to repeat to yourself. I am transformed. I am transformed. Even if you don't feel transformed right now because you're still working on things, or they're still working on things, you know, whatever the situation is going on right now. This is the outcome, being transformed, being in a better place, and then taking swift action forward, leaping into that golden future, leaping into that happiness. And it's going to feel so good. Again, it's not going to happen right away. Trust the timing, okay? Be patient. It will all work out. Just have trust. And trust the timing. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. I hope it resonated with you, and I hope it helped. Okay, I really, really hoped it helped, because this is a lot. But just take the advice. Remember you were bold. Remember you were transformed. And remember that a better future is ahead. So, have a great rest of your week. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.